Okay, so go ahead and find your upright position. If you have blocks, have those close by. And as we just kind of shift into our sits bones a little bit, and we're going to find the full length of our spine. And then let your shoulders release away from your ears. And then on your inhale, take your fingertips and lift to the sky. And really try to find that full length through the sides of your waist as you inhale. And then a little bit taller, working from side to side. So stretch that right arm taller, then the left, and just keep building length through the sides of the waist. And then on your next inhale, reach both fingertips, hinge your torso slightly back, releasing your shoulders. Reach your hands down towards your toes or around your shins or around the back of your thighs, wherever it's comfortable for you. And let your chin drop to your chest. And then let your forehead get heavy. Now pull the space between your shoulder blades away from you. So we're just starting to get into our spine a little bit here. Take a breath, inhale. Then wherever you're hanging on, just lift your heart towards your rib cage. Your heart towards your thighs a little taller. Then again, exhale, pull away and round. Let your forehead get heavy again. And then inhale, lift up. On this next exhale, pull away and round. But then we'll stay softened into our spines. And let the right ear drop to the right shoulder. Make sure those shoulder blades are pulling away and releasing. Then roll your chin through center and let your left ear drop to your left shoulder. Then bring it back through your center. And then lift your heart tall. Release your arms from wherever you are reaching. Settle your feet hip distance apart and find that full lift of your rib cage again. Then take those fingertips and reach back up to the sky, finding that full length. Inhale. Then on your exhale, bring your right fingertips behind like a kickstand. Pull that right shoulder back. Bring your left elbow across and look over that right shoulder. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, reach up tall. Find that full length again, and then rotate to your left. Left hand a kickstand, right elbow across to look over that left shoulder. Then inhale, lift up tall. On this exhale, slide your feet in. Bring your hands down to the tops of your feet. Pull against your feet and lift your rib cage tall. Now let your outer knees reach down to the floor, toward the floor. They won't touch the floor. Shoulders away, and then start reaching your torso forward. Just digging into that hip crease a little bit. Try to keep your rib cage lifted and long. Now keep your right hand on your feet and bring your left hand to your left inner thigh and just press that side down a little deeper. Then release that left side. Left hand takes the feet or ankles and right hand presses down that right inner thigh a little deeper. Then release back to your center. Bring your knees in. Walk your feet out and give them a slide away. So let your heels lift, draw your toes in, and then bring your arms forward. With that tall spine, just hinge forward. So start building the length through the back of the legs here. Rib cage is lifted, shoulders are away, back of the knees pressing down. And then try to deepen that hinge. And then let your elbows drop to the outside of your legs. Grab onto your calves. Pull your spine down toward your legs, letting your forehead get heavy. Pull down a little bit deeper, and then release the grip of your arms on your legs. And let your head hang heavy, giving it a gentle nod from side to side. Get nice and deep into that spine, into the neck. And then inhale, lift your ribcage tall. Bring your arms out wide to the side. And then rotate to your left, bringing your right hand to the outside of your left leg and left arm up. Slide your right hand down, push with the back of that right hand, open that left arm up. Now take your left fingertips and bring them behind your ear. See if you can nudge that left shoulder back a little further. Then re-extend the arm from there. See if you got a little more depth. Yeah. Then inhale, come back to your center. Rotate to your right. Left hand comes to the outside. Right shoulder lifts up, reaches through the fingertips. Back of left hand presses. And then we'll bring those right fingertips behind the ear. Try to nudge that shoulder back a little further. Keep it there and re-extend that arm. Hold, inhale. Come back to your center and release your arms out front. Press your heels down into the floor, then tuck into your belly and round your spine down. Reach, lengthen your whole body, stretching from fingertips to toes. Bring your right knee into your chest, reach around your shin and hug the knee in close. Just getting into our lower back space a little bit. Then inhale, reach, lengthen, send that right leg out. And then hug the left knee in. Release your lower back into the floor as you draw it in close. Then reach, lengthen both arms and legs. Flex your ankles, press your heels into the floor. Bring your arms forward, look at your toes, and round your spine up. Come back to that tall spine. Reflex those ankles and do that forward hinge one more time. See if you got a little more length through those hamstrings. Drop the elbows down. Again, tug on your outside of your calves to pull your rib cage down and let your forehead drop toward your shins. Then release the grip of your hands and nod your head side to side. So each time you go back through, right, it should be a little easier, spaces are more open. Inhale, lift up tall, send those arms wide. Lift out of your rib cage, rotate to your left side first. Drop that left hand down. Open, rotate, looking back over the shoulder, spread those fingertips wide. Now see if you can slide your hand closer to your ankle and nudge that shoulder open a little further. Inhale, hold. Come back through that tall center. Rotate to the other side, dropping the back of the hand to the ankle. Lift out of that back shoulder, slide your hand down, and look over the shoulder. A little more space this time. Inhale, come back to your center, bring your arms forward, bend your knees in. Bring your hands to the sides of your hips and round your torso forward. Just sit into that low squat, letting your forehead drop toward your knees and take a breath. On your exhale, lift out of your hips, finding the length through the back of the legs. And then give your knees just a little bend and let your arms fold over the top of your head. Take a deep breath, inhale. Bring your hands to your shins and find your flat back. Lengthen from tailbone to the top of your head. Find those strong feet. Then soften your knees, tone your belly, round your spine up. Ooh, I cut my head off. Inhale, reach up tall. A little adjustment. Inhale, reach up tall. Let your shoulders release away from your ears. On your exhale, we're going to pull our arms behind our backs. Do that nice big shoulder roll and lift your elbows up and away. Try to open the space between your collarbones. Do a little bit of a back bend and move your gaze up. Then bend into your knees and drop your arms. Let your chin drop, chin to your chest and chest to thighs. Then let your head hang heavy as you lift out of your tailbone. Reach your arms up over off your back space to any degree that works for you. Deep breath, inhale. Then bend into your knees. Bring your fingertips to the floor, keeping your right foot forward. Step your left foot all the way back, wiggling the toe away. Bring that left knee down to the floor and drop the toes under. Bring your hands to your right thigh, reach the front of your left hip forward. Right, those hiking quads. Feel the top of your left foot press down into the floor. Feel that length move all the way through that hip flexor into that quad space. Inhale, reach your fingertips to the sky, and then bring your hands to your heart. Take that left elbow and bring it across that right thigh. Press your right hand into your left and lift your heart. Nice rotation through the spine. Breathe, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, rotate back through your center. If you have blocks, maybe you bring those with you. We're going to shift your weight back into our hips. You're now down on the left shin. You're going to lift your right toes. Lengthen through your spine. And that right hand can come up on your quad if that works for you, or your shin. But the toes pull in. The right hip bone pulls back. You walk your hands. Maybe you use blocks. Find whatever support you need. And then try to lower your rib cage down toward your thigh. Try to draw that right hip back a little deeper. One more inhale. Bend into your right knee. Tuck your left toes under and lift the knee. Shift your hips back and spring your left foot forward. Let your chest drop heavy again. Take a breath. Inhale. Move your hands to your shins and find that long spine. Just prepping for the other side here. As you bend into your knees, your fingertips find the floor and your right foot steps back. Wiggle the ball of the foot. Make sure that left shin is straight up and down as you lower your right knee down and drop the toes under. Hands move to that left thigh as you continue to reach your right hip forward. Lift out of the top of your head. Press the top of your right foot deeper into the mat to increase that stretch. Through the quad into that hip flexor. One more inhale. Then reach those fingertips up. Make that left foot nice and strong. Hands to your heart again. This time the right elbow moves across that left thigh. Left hand presses into right and heart opens. So try to lift your heart up and so it's aligned with your thumbs. Look over your left shoulder. Breathe in. Come back through your center. Here, those fingertips find the floor. Right toes tuck. We lift that right knee. The weight shifts back and the right foot springs forward. Take a moment just to let your head hang. Take a deep breath, inhale. Fold your arms. Exhale, hands to your shins, a long spine, we lengthen. Then we soften the knees, tone the belly, we stand into our mountain pose. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, move your hands to your heart. Keep your right foot forward. Take a big step back with your left foot and land in your train trap feet. So make sure both sets of toes are pointed straight ahead, aligned with your hips. Reach your fingertips to the sky and fold 3 fingers together. As you hinge off your right hip crease, reach your index fingers out front, lifting your right hip up and back. So deeper than that hamstring stretch we just did. Breathe, inhale. Now lower your right hand to your right shin. Slide it down toward your toes. Can you continue to lengthen that left side straight out? Nice. Bend into your right knee. Take that left arm, reach it up to the sky and follow it with your right. Now take the toes of your left foot and rotate them open. Take this right knee and reach it out towards your pinky toe. Move your arms out wide. And then bring that right hand down the inside of that right leg and reach your left hand to the sky. If you need more space, heel toe your feet. Make your feet strong so that you don't have a lot of weight on your right fingertips. And breathe, inhale. Exhale, that left hand and that left hip are going to rotate forward. Here we're going to bring our hands down to the floor or on blocks. We'll bring our left knee down. Shift the right hip back and kick it away. Look down at your hands. Spread your fingertips wide. We have our nice long spines here. Tuck your toes. Press off your palms. Reach your rib cage toward your thighs, looking back at your toes. Then as you continue to push off your palms, lift your tailbone and let your heels start reaching toward the floor.
So we're looking back at our toes here. We're going to move into our dolphin pose. And you have the option of doing it one elbow at a time or both. But you want to make sure you continue to look at your toes. And you'll gently bring your elbows down to the floor. So as we press off those forearms, try to reach your chest through. Get nice and deep into those shoulders. We breathe, inhale and exhale. Then lift your heels. Tap your knees down to the floor. Drop the tops of your feet. Slide your tailbone back, reach your arms forward, shift your knees wide, child's pose. Do some shifting out of your hips. Maybe fold your arms under your forehead if that forward reach doesn't allow your forehead to rest. Take a long breath, inhale. Again, spread your fingertips. Shift your shoulders forward, tone into your belly space, find your plank. Long inhale. On our exhale, we're going to rotate our feet to the right. If you'd like, bring your right outer calf down. Reach your left arm up. So choose that side plank variation that works. Either both legs extended or right knee bent, left leg long. Hold, inhale. Left shoulder rotates forward. We're back into our plank. Make sure you're toning that belly space, supporting those hips. And then drop both feet to your left. Maybe bring that left outer calf down, your choice. Right arm reaches to the sky. Stacking those shoulders, looking up. Hold, inhale. Exhale, we rotate forward to our plank. Tapping your knees to the floor if you like, or slowly lower your rib cage from your toes. Let your tops of your feet drop, slide your forearms forward. Shoulders back, top your head to the sky. Right, if you need a wrist stretch here, press back the hands together. Or maybe you lift into your cobra, or if your spine feels ready for that up dog, hands move back. Take a long breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, lower your ribcage. Tuck your toes. You can keep your knees on the floor for the start if you'd like. We'll press through and go right into our down dog. Looking back at those toes. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Look forward. Hands and toes make their way to the front of the mat. Settle your feet hip distance apart. Let your chest fold over the top of your head. Bring your hands to your shins, a long spine we lengthen. Knees soften, belly tones. We stand, reach into our mountain. Extend it to the sky. Exhale, sweep your arms behind. Pull your shoulders back. Lift your elbows away as you lift your gaze and create a little back bend. Then bend into your knees, release your rib cage down. Lift your tailbone, let your arms reach up and over. Inhale, soften your knees, fingertips to the floor. Keep your right foot forward, step your left foot back. Wiggle the ball of your left foot away, lengthening that right shin. Left knee comes down, the toes drop. Arms reach to the sky, hip reaches forward. Hands to your heart. Rotate to your right. Bring that left elbow down, press right into left, lift your heart toward your thumbs. If you like, tuck your left toe, lift the knee, press that heel firmly away. Feel that nice lengthening out of that calf. Inhale, come back to your center. Fingertips to the floor. If your left knee is down, go ahead and lift it. Shift your hips back and spring your left foot forward. Here we fold. Tone into your belly space, and we're going to stand our ragdoll up, coming into our tall spine, shoulders away. Inhale, reach up top. Hands move back to your heart space. Left foot remains forward. Right foot takes a step back. Ooh, I shouldn't be looking at you while I do that. Almost lost my balance. So we're back in that pyramid shape, right? train track feet, toes pointed ahead, but we're really shifting down into our feet, making them our nice strong center, our roots to our floor. Inhale, fill it out. Fold your 3 fingers the funny way and lift out of the side of your waist. Now, without bending into that left knee, lift out of the hip and start hinging your torso forward. Find that full reach from your hip bone to your fingertips. Hold, inhale. Exhale, release your left hand to that left shin. Continue to reach your right arm out and lower your ribcage to any degree further. Want our shoulders to be square, our hips are even. Hold, inhale. Exhale, bend your left knee. Reach both fingertips to the sky, lift your heart. As you lift your right heel, you'll step it back and rotate it in. Release your arms out wide. And then that left hand's going to move down the inside of your left leg as your right arm reaches up. Shoulders stack on top of each other. That left elbow is touching the inside of the knee. Brace through your feet so you don't have a lot of weight on your left fingertips. Hold, inhale. Exhale, lift right heel. Rotate right hip, right hand to the front. Nice. Fingertips to the floor. Bring your right knee down. Shift your hips back and kick your left leg around. Find those strong arms again. Right, so fingertips are spread wide, shoulders are away, belly is tongue. We tuck into our toes. We'll press lift into your down dog, looking back at your feet. Chest is reaching through, palms are pushing forward. Keep looking at your toes. Again, try to be confident here. Can you bring those elbows down to the floor? Keep lifting the tailbone, reaching the heels. Now, try to reach your chest through a little further. Open through those shoulders, inhale. Exhale, lift your heels, lower your knees to the floor. Drop your toes, shift your knees wide, sit back into your child's pose. Choose whatever child's pose arms are working best for you. Out front, under the forehead, or alongside the body. Take a long inhale. And we sigh it away. The arms come forward with our next breath. Again, we let it go with an exhale. Spread your fingertips wide, shoulders shift forward over those fingertips. Toes tuck, belly tones, we find that plank pose. Shoulders away from ears. Feel your palms pulling towards your toes. On your exhale, drop both feet to your left. Reach your right arm up, stacking those shoulders. Right toe this time might lift up and lengthen away. Remember, here's where that left knee can be down if you'd like. Then the right side rotates forward. We find that core strength again in that plank. Long through your neck. Exhale, both feet to your right. Remember, if you have a bad wrist, bring that right elbow down. Come from an elbow plank. Left arm up. Right? Can you push the pinky toe of your right foot down and lift that left toe up? Or bring that right knee down and lift that left toe. Hold, inhale. Exhale, rotate forward. We're back to our plank. Inhale, knees or toes, elbows hug the ribs. We lower the hips. Shoulders back. We lift, up dog, cobra, wherever it works for you. And then again, you have your transition back up. If you want more core and upper arm strength, just tuck your toes, bring your elbows in, and push. And then we down dog. Pedal your heels, peek under your biceps. Look forward between your hands. Hands and toes make their way to the front of your mat. Chest drops toward thighs. We breathe, inhale. Hands to your shins, a flat back, we lengthen. Knees soften, belly tones, we stand, reach into extended mouth. Exhale, palms open as they come behind the back. Shoulders away, we lift back,
moving the gaze upward, more back bend each time. Inhale, soften your knees, drop your chin, lift your tailbone, arms move over the top of the head or in that direction, right? Where it works for you. Knees soften, fingertips to the floor. Left foot forward, right foot to the back. Right knee lands and the toes drop under. Fingertips reach to the sky as that right hip reaches forward. Hands to your heart. And then you want to really lift out of the sides of your waist, make it strong. Right elbow moves across. Left hand presses into right, heart lifts. And then again, you have the option of tucking that right toe, lifting the knee. Hold, inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to your center. Fingertips to the floor, shift your hips back. Spring your right foot forward. Take a moment just to rattle. Let your head hang heavy, softness in your knees. Find your breath. So if you do have blocks that you like to use for your balance work, make sure they're handy, right? Chest hangs heavy, we breathe, inhale. Hands to your shins along spine. Tone your belly space, round, stand it up, pull your shoulders away. Inhale, we reach, hands to the heart. Weight to your right foot, left foot steps back, train track feet. So maybe get a little more depth this time. Maybe those right toes can crawl a little further forward without keeping that left hip back. Make sure your hips are squaring to the front and that left heel is all the way down on the floor, right? Make those adjustments. Fill it up, fold 3 fingers. Lift out of the sides of your waist. Then hinging into that right hip crease, that torso reaches forward. Lift out of that right hip. Breathe, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right hand comes down to your shin or onto a block. Squaring those shoulders, keeping the hips square. Lower the rib cage, try to reach your left arm a little further forward. Bend into your right knee. So either you have a block with your right hand out a little bit wider than your right pinky toe, or bring your right hand onto your thigh. Shift your weight to your right leg and reach your left arm out. Drop your left arm toward the floor. Now, take that left heel, lift that hip up, stacking it on top of the right, flexing the ankle, pushing the heel. Then either bring your left hand onto your heart or reach it up to the sky. Sometimes keeping it in closer can help lift that torso away. Then see if those right fingertips can come either off the thigh or off your block. Half moon pose. Breathe, inhale. Bend your right knee, step your left foot back. Wiggle the ball of that left foot back. Check your right knee is reaching out. Lift your torso and reach your arms. Here's where that right arm comes down the inside, left arm to the sky. Right elbow helps open that hip. We're looking up, hold, inhale. Exhale, left hand, left hip, rotate forward. Toning into your belly space. So we're going to do another balance here. Here you're going to make that right foot active again, right? So that's your strong balance point. You're going to keep your hands either on blocks, just aligned with your toes, or hands out front, maybe do tented fingertips. And bring your nose as close to your right knee as you can. Then as you shift your weight forward, drag your left toes in. And then bend that left knee. Then slowly work towards pressing off your right leg and lifting your left leg to the sky. This is standing leg split, right? So maybe then you take your right hand and wrap it around your calf. And pull your chest a little closer to that thigh. And lift that left foot a little higher. Hold, inhale. Bend your right knee, bring your left toe to the floor. Bring your left knee down. Move your hands to the left and kick your right leg back. Shifty, shifty. So just some movement through the hips here.
allowing that right hip its release. Then look at your hands, fingertips spread wide, toes tucked. Press off your palms, lift your hips. Lift your tailbone, deepen your heels. Again, we're looking back at our toes as we bring our forearms into our dolphin. Tailbone is high, chest is reaching through. See if you can push off those forearms. Can you get your rib cage a little closer to your thighs? Lift your heels, bring your knees to the floor. Bring your knees wide, shift back into your hips, find your child's pose. Again, arms out front, under the forehead, reaching alongside the body. Full inhales through the nose. Long exhales off the back of the throat. Inhale, reach your arms forward. Exhale, shift forward, tuck your toes, find your plank. Tone belly space, so hips are even with shoulders. Both feet drop to the right or right knee comes down, left arm reaches up. Find that side plank that works for you. Can you look at your left hand? Hold, inhale. Exhale, rotate forward again to your plank. Tone your belly space. Both feet drop to the left or left knee comes down, right arm reaches up. Again, maybe that left foot gets stronger and the right toe can lift. Can you move your gaze up to your right hand? Hold, inhale. Rotate forward to your plank, your vinyasa here, elbows in. Soften the hips, shoulders back, up dog cobra. Back down either to low plank if you want that upper body, or just come up into your up dog and then into down dog. Breathe, inhale. Maybe paddle those heels. Chest is reaching through, tailbone is lifted high. Look forward. Hands and toes front of your mat. Chest to thighs, we fold. Hands to your shins, along spine, we lengthen. Knees soften, belly tones, we stand into our mountain. Extended mountain, we reach to the sky, find the full length out of the sides of the waist. Find those strong feet. Exhale, sweep your arms behind. Shoulders back, back bend, opens the chest. Soften the knees, let the chest get heavy, lift the hips, arms come up and over. Each time a little more space out of those shoulders. Inhale, we soften the knees, fingertips to the floor. Left foot forward, right foot steps back. Right knee to the floor, toes drop. Arms reach to the sky, right hip reaching forward. Hands to your heart, lift the sides of your waist. Bring your right elbow across, press left into right, lift. Maybe tuck those right toes, lift the knee, press the heel, make it strong. Hold, inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to your center, fingertips to the floor or on blocks. Hips shift back, right foot shifts forward. Take that step. Fold your body, inhale. Tone belly, stands as from our ragdoll all the way up. Fingertips reach to the sky, hands to your heart. Left foot remains forward, right foot steps back on train tracks. And we make those adjustments, trying to find that full length, but keeping the hips square. Both heels flat to the floor. Spread your toes, trying to find that full space. Fingertips to the sky, folding 3 fingers the funny way. And then hinging into that left hip crease. Those fingertips reach forward, the left hip lifts, reaches back. Lower your rib cage, lower your left hand down to your shin or on a block. And then try to square your shoulders, right? We don't want our right shoulder lifted up. Square hips and shoulders, reach those right fingertips. Now here's that half moon pose. You'll bend into your left knee. Left hand on your thigh, or if you have a block, right? Maybe you go the taller height. Bring it just outside your pinky toes. We're going to release our right arm. Let that shoulder hang. Drag that right foot in. And then you rotate that right hip up to the sky, flexing the ankle, pushing the heel, leaving a footprint. And then that right arm reaches up, or you bring your hand to your heart, push off your left foot. Maybe those left fingertips can then release. Breathe, inhale. So that right hip's going to stay open. You'll bend deeper into your left knee, step your right foot back, lift your torso up, rotate your torso forward. Oh, wait a minute. No, rotate to your right. Forgot which one we were doing. Left hand comes down the inside, right arm reaches to the sky. But our feet and legs are strong, so we don't have a lot of weight on that left fingertip. Gaze is up to the right. Hold, inhale. Then we lift that right heel. We rotate right hand and right heel. Again, maybe you have your blocks here, or you have tented fingertips reaching just out in front of your toes. You have your nose toward your left knee. You bring weight to your left. You slide your right toes in. Then you bend that right knee. And then as you push off your left hip, your right heel reaches toward the sky. Again, your nose is reaching toward your left knee. Maybe you grab your left calf with your left arm to help pull your torso in. Lift that right heel up. Breathe, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right toe to the floor, fingertips down. Bring your right knee down. Move your hands to the right. Left leg comes around. Right, and then we do our shifting. Wagging of the tail. Nice release for the hips. Look down at your hands, spread your fingertips wide. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, reach your rib cage through. Then tailbone high, heels low. Looking back at your toes, really keep your chest reaching through. Try to bring both elbows down together, if not one at a time. Press the chest through, really push off your forearms, all 5 fingers. Hold, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, heels lift, knees to the floor. Shift your knees wide, big toes in close, forehead toward the floor. Arms out front, under the forehead or alongside. And the long inhale through the nose. The soft exhale off the back of the throat. Let your body settle from that deep balance work. Then we'll take another breath. Inhale, reach your arms forward. Exhale, shift your shoulders, tuck your toes. We move back to our plank pose. Both feet drop to your left, right arm to the sky. We look up. Maybe that right toe lifts. We turn forward to our plank, bracing that core. Remember, choose your options. Feet to your right, heart lifts, left arm to the sky. Maybe left toes. Look up. Nice work, everyone. Shift forward to your plank. Knees or toes, elbows, hips, shoulders back, up dog cobra. Maybe low plank, maybe pressing straight up. Through to your down dog. Take a breath. Side away. Inhale, look forward. Move to the front of your mats. Chest to thighs, arms we fold. Hands to your shins, a long spine we lengthen. Knees soften, belly tones, we stand into our mountain. Extend it up into extended mountain, reaching out the sides of the waist. Open your palms, bring them behind your back, shoulders away. Look up. Bend into your knees, release your rib cage, lift your hips, arms up and over. Inhale, soften the knees, fingertips to the floor. Right foot forward, left foot back. Left knee to the floor, fingertips to the sky. Lifted sideways, hands to your heart. Left elbow to right thigh. Right hand presses, heart opens. Maybe those left toes tuck. The knee lifts, the heel presses back. Hold, inhale. And exhale. Fingertips down to the floor. Bring that left knee down. Shift your hips back, kick your right leg around. Take a moment to pause in your table, spreading your fingertips wide. Tuck your toes and then sit back into your heels. Move your hands back to your knees if this feels okay for the arches of your feet. We're going to do our pigeon series, and often our arches will cramp when they're tucked under the hip when we go forward, so we're going to give them a little stretch out first. Then as you shift forward, walk your hands out front. Spread them out, walk them out further than your head, and then lift your tailbone up back and let your forehead come down to the floor. Crawl your fingertips forward and feel like your hip bones are pulling your shoulders back. Just another nice shoulder opener here. Breathe, inhale. And exhale. Now, as you shift your shoulders forward toward those fingertips, we come out to about knee plank. You're going to tuck your toes under and lift the knees. Push off your palms and send your right heel to the sky for three-legged dog. And then as you release it, bring your right knee in close to your right thumb. Your right foot is going to be under your left hip. Try to square your hips forward and drop that left foot under. Now shift a little bit side to side through your hips, just moving into that space. Now, either if you have blocks, you bring them in close here, right? If you don't have blocks, you're pressing off your fingertips. And we're sending that left hip forward, but then we're going to bend the heel in. Right, so this is another nice quad stretch. We'll take that left arm up, sweep it back, and try to grab the top of your foot. Pull the heel in close to your glute. For some of you, you might be able to then wrap your elbow around. So the foot's in the crook of your elbow and lift your heart up, or wherever it works for you. Now, if you can't get that grab there, let me just show you a good option, right? So if that's too much off that knee, just drop that right hip down and do that same stretch from this position, right? So it's this stretch, but move to that hip so then that knee doesn't get that contact. So feel free to go there if that's a better position for your body. Hold, inhale. Now, as you release that left leg, bring both hands down. Now, take that left hip and square it right over the top of that right foot, and then lower your chest down toward the floor. Either fold your arms or stack your fists and let your forehead rest there, or use a block if you have a block, or a pillow, or a towel, or whatever you have. And then just really feel that right sits bone reaching down and then resting. Right? Just let it sit there. Let gravity do the work of pulling it down. We'll take a long breath, inhale. Exhale, really feel it go. Now, as you lift your torso just a little bit up, enough to move that left elbow so it's 90 degrees under that left shoulder. Then take your right arm out to the side and then reach it up to the sky. Build some rotation into that pigeon. Now take that back of that right hand, or take the palm and rotate it back, and then bring the back of the hand toward the outside of that left hip, nudging that right shoulder toward the sky. Get nice and deep into the front of the shoulder and the chest, and we breathe. And we exhale. And then those fingertips reach to the sky. The right hand lands under right shoulder. The left hand comes back in. We tuck the left toes, lift the knee, step that right foot back, and then pedal your heels in your down dog. And just recognize how the two sides of your body feel different here, right? Because we've released one side deeply. And then we'll take that left heel and reach it to the sky for that three-legged dog, letting that right heel reach toward the floor. And then again, as we look forward, we'll bring that left knee toward the left thumb. We move that left foot a little out to the right, so it's under the hip. We slide the hips back and lower the right knee. Now do a little shifting into your hips and try to find a nice space there. Move your hands back or bring your blocks in under your hands. So we're now getting into the front of that right hip. Bring that right knee in and make sure you get above your kneecap if you're going here. Your right arm reaches up and you sweep back. Reach toward the top of your foot and draw the heel toward your glute. Then try to lift your heart up, top your head toward the sky. Right, and again, you can do this stretch, shifting the hip to the left and bringing that right leg back here. And bring that left elbow down. Accommodate your body. Work with what feels best for you. Take one more inhale there. And then we'll lower that right foot. Bring your fingertips down to the floor. Now shift into those hips, squaring them up again. And then work your torso forward. Let your forehead completely rest, either on the back of your hands or stack your fists or underneath a block or over a block underneath it, wherever that works for you. And feel that left hip sits bone reaching down. And then just let it settle there. Let gravity draw it down, help open it up. And just breathe into that space. Then with your right forearm out front, right? So it's parallel to this front edge. Left hand moves out to the side. Push off your right hand, left arm reaches up. We turn the palm back and then bring the back of the hand toward the outside of the right hip. Then we nudge that left shoulder up and back. So we get the glute, we get the chest, the front of the shoulder. We're just multitaskers. Breathe, inhale. And exhale. Left arm then releases to the sky and comes back to the front. Move that right hand in, tuck the right toe, lift the knee, step that left foot back. Start pedaling even before you get into your full down dog. So hopefully the two sides of the body feel more symmetrical now. Like they both have had that nice deep release. We take a full breath, inhale and exhale. Lift your heels, bring your knees to the floor. Toes to one side, hips to the other, and then we bring it around. You'll find that nice full seat, just like where we started earlier. Hips, knees, ankles aligned, hands move around the front or reach toward the toes or around the back. And we're just going to lift our hearts up toward the thighs. Now let your arms release and pull your shoulders wide. Hinge your torso back. Fold your elbows in and make sure those shoulders stay relaxed. Don't lift them up too high so that those shoulders lift. Let them drop. Space under the chin, long through the neck. Lift your right knee up and then bring your left elbow across. Now push that right leg straight out as you come back to your center. Then bend the knee and turn the left shoulder toward it. So we're doing the same side. Extend that right leg back down. Right, so inner knees are aligned here. Bend the knee, rotate the left shoulder across. Then we extend the leg as we come back to center. We do that one more time. Exhale, bend the knee, rotate the left shoulder, and then extend that leg out. Bring that right toe down. Grab your knees and lift your spine. Take a breath.
still long through that spine. We bring the arms up, we fold the elbows, we hinge the torso back. So right back into that spot where we feel that girdle wrap up. Shoulders relax. Lift your left knee up. Turn your right shoulder toward it. Then as you come back to center, you align those inner thighs, extend that left heel up. Then you bend the knee, turn the right shoulder toward it, extend it out, lengthen. Bend the knee, exhale, turn. Inhale, extend, reach back to center. One more time, bend the knee, rotate. Inhale, extend out, reach. Left toes come down, we grab the knees, we lift the heart. We breathe, and we sigh it away. All right, one more set. This time we'll be alternating sides. So again, we grab around to the front, we lift the heart tall. We bring the arms out, we fold the elbows, we hinge the torso back, shoulders release away. Right knee comes up, we turn the left shoulder toward it, we extend, push that right leg out. You'll see, can you keep it there? Can you extend the left leg out? Bring that right foot down. Ready, bend your left knee in, turn your right shoulder toward it, extend that left leg out, then your right. Then you bend your left foot down, bend your right knee, turn toward it with your left shoulder, extend the right leg out, lift the heart, left foot comes up. One more time. Right foot down, right shoulder to left knee, extend left leg out, can the right leg join it? Bend the knees, grab on, lifty, breathe, inhale, and exhale. Good work. Make sure you've got plenty of mat behind you. As you release your spine down, draw your knees in. Any movement through that lower back space, that works nicely for you. Circle, side to side, whatever's nice. Then lowering the bottoms of your feet together toward your sits bones. Allow those outer knees to release. Tuck those shoulder blades underneath you. Let your shoulder tips drop heavy. Open your palms, let them rest on your inner thighs. Check right here on that hip space, pelvic floor, pelvic bone space, you know, where your bones are touching in the lower back, right? And then see if they feel evenly weighted. If it feels like one side is more lifted, put more weight down into that side. Try to balance it out. Hold, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, bring inner knees to touch, and then walk your pinky toes out. Let your inner knees drop into Nanak pose. Now check that same lower back space here. Is one side more lifted? If you have a side that's more lifted, try to push that knee, the one with the lifted lower back, deeper into that other inner knee, and see if you can flatten that spinal space down into the floor deeper. Try to balance it out, right? Maybe you do a little shifting. Now, take your fingertips to the base of your skull. Lift the back of your head and pull the base of your skull away to lengthen the back of your neck. Now, soften your jaw and gently release the back of your head down with that length through your neck. Relax the space around your eyes and across your brow. Heel toe your feet in, and then bring your toes up one at a time, choosing your dead bug, your happy baby, or toes to the sky, or a supported shoulder stand, either with a block or your hands at the base of your hips. Now remember, only if this is relaxing and comfortable for you, right? So at the end of your practice, you want to do things that your body's just releasing into, that you're not straining to maintain. So if you do come into shoulder stand or toes to the sky, make sure that your legs are straight up out of your hips. You want to make sure your legs aren't here,
over the top of your head because it's putting a lot of weight into my back and into my shoulders. So I'm going to adjust my toes up and bring my weight to the base of my elbows. And then we'll soften the knees if our toes are up. Gently lower the hips down to the floor. And then choose your Shavasana space. Maybe that butterfly position was feeling really nice for you, or the knee knot pose with inner knees touching, or any variation of your corpse pose, bent knee, blocks behind the knees, toes extended to the corners of your mat. Again, shift those shoulder blades so they really feel like they're tucked under, and then they're widened. The neck is long, the jaw is softened. Palms might be open to the side or rested on your belly. Once your body has found its comfortable space, and feel free to mix it up, change it up if it gets uncomfortable. Slowly sip and inhale in through your nose. Pause with that breath in your lungs. Then very slowly empty it out through your nose as well. Take a little more time with each breath, feeling it get more gentle, just sipping in. Make sure that space around your eyes is relaxed. With your next breath, we'll start bringing movement to our fingertips and toes, ankles and wrists. Bend your knees and positioning your feet fairly wide so that when you do those windshield wipers, your knee is allowed to drop as deeply as it can toward the floor on each side. Then extending your legs out, reaching your arms over the top of your head, stretch your right side of your body long. Relax that side. Lengthen, stretch your left side long. Relax that left side. Then inhale, lengthen both sides, fingertips to toes. And allow it to relax. Gently draw your knees into your chest, releasing through your lower back space. Hugging those knees in close so you feel that nice deep release. Feel free to take this pose over to one side if that feels nice for you. Feel free to add any movement or add any other stretch that your body feels it needs here. Then we'll slowly work our way into any comfortable seat. Remember, if you always come up and sit in the same position, try to mix it up and find something that's not the pattern that your body has developed. Allow your shoulder blades to release. Feel the top of your head reach to the sky. Take a nice long inhale. Exhale, melt those shoulder blades away a little deeper. Inhale, this reach comes up to the sky, fingertips to touch. Exhale, moves the hands to the heart space. And with a gentle bow forward, we say namaste. Thank you all. Thank you for joining me as always.